Mihei, that's his first. Team third, and it'll be Statesman ball. Actually, no, they call it on number 0, Watkins. That's Carnell Watkins' second foul, so Watkins will likely need to go to the bench shortly. So here come the Statesmen with a tie game, 10-10, early on here in the first half. Ball moving around well up top. Ricky Hicks dishes it over to Trey Patterson. Patterson for three. In and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. Sutherland collects it. Put back, no good. Scramble for the ball out of bounds, and it'll go to Wake Tech. So indeed, Watkins will check out, and it's number 12 for Wake Tech, Ronaldo Waldron, who will come into the game. Waldron, the freshman from Southeast Raleigh High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. Wake Tech with the ball. Tie game, 14:42 remaining here in the first half. It's been a good one so far. Loose ball, picked up by Stanley Taylor. Here comes Taylor for the Statesmen, bringing it into the front court, over into the corner. Ricky Hicks with the pull-up, no good. Rebound, Stanley Taylor. The putback is good. Stanley Taylor with 4 points early on, and it's 12-10. Statesmen with their first lead of the night. Actually, it's their second. They were up 5-4 early on. So Wake Tech coming back on the other end, moving from left to right. Dished over to number 15. Pull-up is no good. Anamihe not able to convert, and a rebound to the Statesmen. Here come the Statesmen now. Stanley Taylor for three. It's good! Stanley Taylor with the rare three-pointer. A lot of confidence out of the Matoaka graduate, and it's 15-10. I don't remember the last time I saw Stanley Taylor take a three, much less hit one. And here come Wake Tech in transition. No good. Johnson with the putback. They're going to call the foul as Johnson missed the dunk. And it's going to be on, I believe, Ricky Hicks. Actually, they call that one on Sutherland. That's his first. Fourth on the Statesman. And it'll be two shots for Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson, the lone sophomore starter for Wake Tech. And he will go to the line for two. Johnson's first shot is up and good. Subs coming in now for the Statesmen. Smith will check back into the game in place of Ricky Hicks. And Stanley Taylor will come out. And it's Marvin Trotman seeing his first action tonight. Trotman, the freshman out of Virginia Beach. Atlantic Shores Christian School, where Trotman played his prep career. Second shot is good for Johnson. 15-12, back to a one-possession lead for the Statesmen. Here come Richard Bland's finest, 15-12 lead with 13:30 remaining here in the first half, and Ryan Jones with the ball. Now Robert Smith with it up the top of the key. He dishes it to Trotman. Now Trotman over to Trey Patterson to drive, and he is fouled. And I don't believe it was on the shot. And it was on number 12. Number 12 just checking in recently for Wake Tech. That's Ronaldo Waldron. And it'll be Statesman possession down low. So checking in now for Wake Tech will be number 33. That's Seth Bryan. Ball inbounded, and Sutherland shuffles his feet. And it is a Statesman turnover. So that's another key to this game. Statesman much better, as are most teams, but really much better when they're able to control that turnover ratio. So Wake Tech with possession. 15-12 early on here in this quarterfinal action here. Division II, Region 10 of the NJCAA tournament. Layup attempt no good, but a foul. We'll see who it's against, but regardless, going to the line for two will be number 33, Seth Bryan. And they call that foul on Trey Patterson. And that's Patterson's first. Team fifth, so fouls coming early and often against the Statesmen. First shot for Seth Bryan is good. Bryan, a freshman guard out of Garner, North Carolina. A couple players on this team from Garner. Second shot up and no good, but a rebound to Marvin Trotman. Trotman coming back from right to left as the Statesmen get it into their front court. Trotman with the ball up top. It's dished off to Ryan Jones. Jones looking for an open man. Gets it into the corner to Trey Patterson. Patterson thought about a shot. Didn't take it. Over to Marvin Trotman. Three-point attempt. No good. It gets ironed. It's going to go out of bounds off of Trey Patterson. And it'll be Wake Tech basketball. It's 15-13 now, the tally. Here at Statesmen Hall in Petersburg, Virginia. Richard Bland, the Statesmen, looking to continue their season here. Their 2017 to 2018, defending that Final Four berth last year. Wake Tech with the ball in their front court, 15 on the shot clock. Anamihe with the ball, gets it back to Eddie Volkerts. Volkerts, dribbling, drive, pull-up jumper, no good. Anamihe with the rebound, put back, no good. Another put back, and he's fouled. So a nice effort there by Christian Anamihe, and he will go to the line for two as Joyner picks up his first foul of the contest. Christian Anamihe, the freshman out of Garner, North Carolina, 6'6" forward. Anamihe's first shot is up and good. So Anamihe gets onto the scoreboard. Checking in for the first time for Wake Tech will be number 5, Jordan Shepard, the freshman out of Roanoke Rapids, as he will replace number 12, Waldron. Second shot for Anamihe is good. So Christian Anamihe gets his 2 free throws to bring this game even, 15-15. Statesmen in transition. And Marvin Trotman with the ball up at the top. He moves it over to Tim Bing Jr., wearing number 15 this week. Trotman now in the corner, and a foul called before the shot. That one against number 33, Seth Bryan, his first. And that's the team's 6th. So the next shot, or next foul, will put the Statesmen in the bonus. Ball inbounded. Trotman in the corner over to Deion Joyner. Joyner with the hook shot, and it bounces in. Deion Joyner for 2. 17-15, Statesmen lead. This has been a competitive game throughout the first quarter of the contest. We'll see how it plays out. Nice dish down low, but the put up is no good. Put back, though, by Anamihe is good. Anamihe has 4, and it's tied back again, 17. Ball into the corner to Tim Bing Jr. Jr. working it around. Now Marvin Trotman. Trotman over to Ryan Jones. 3-point attempt. And he's fouled on the 3-point attempt. And it's Volkerts called for the foul, his first. And it'll be Marvin Trotman going to the line for 3. Actually, Ryan Jones was the shooter. And he will go to the line for 3 free throw attempts. Big mistake there by Volkerts. Really the star athlete of this Wake Tech team. So Ryan Jones, the freshman out of Smithfield, first shot is good. Nice rotation on that free throw shot. He's got 2 more coming. So Volkerts commits his first foul, but he's already got 6 on 2 quick 3-pointers early in the half. Second shot is good for Jones. Stanley Taylor will check back in for Trotman. 11-11 remaining in this first half. Jones with his 3rd free throw attempt, and it rims in. And Ryan Jones successful, 3 for 3 from the line. Make it 20-17 in favor of the Statesmen. Here comes Wake Tech. They certainly have the ability to draw it back to a tie with their shooters. Dribbled into the front court by Coran Clements. And Clements draws a blocking foul on Stanley Taylor. That's Taylor's 2nd, so he may have to check back out once again. And that'll also put Wake Tech in the 1-1. So it'll be Coran Clements going to the line for 1-1. First shot for Clements is good. It appears Taylor will stay in the game for now. We'll see how Coach Moore plays it out over the next few minutes. Second shot for Clements is good. Make it 20-19. Statesmen. And here come the Richard Bland Statesmen. Division two NJCAA champions of 2015. They made the Final Four last year. We'll see how they fare this year. Robert Smith contested jumper, no good. Rebound, Wake Tech. Tech with the chance to take the lead on this possession. Coran Clements is going to take it all the way to the hole, no good. Fight for the rebound, it's out of bounds, and it will go back to the Statesmen. A lot of contact there, no call, and the Statesmen get the ball back. 20-19, just a little under half of this first period has elapsed. Tim Bing Jr., open three, no good. All air on that one, but Joyner saves it from going out of bounds and gets it back into Bing. Bing looking for a man, 15 on the shot clock. Quick shot into Taylor, no good. But a long rebound to Robert Smith, fresh shot clock. Taylor with another jumper, and that one connects. Taylor with 9 points early, and it's 22-19. So these two Region 10 teams trading blow for blow. 22-19 in favor of the Statesmen. 14 on the shot clock. Wake Tech taking their time here on this possession. Long three is no good, and that rebound to Stanley Taylor. As Coran Clements not able to connect. Dion Joyner on the other side got a quick pass. He's got 6, and it's 24-19. So the Statesmen, as we talked about in the pregame, really exploiting that height advantage. Stanley Taylor and Dion Joyner combining for 15 of the 24 points. 24-19, Wake Tech facing their biggest deficit so far of the game. Dished over to Volkerts. Volkerts' pull-up jumper is good as it rolls in. Volkerts hits his first two-pointer of the night. He's got 8, and it's 24-21. Ricky Hicks with the ball for the Statesmen in their front court. Robert Smith over to Joyner. Joyner, ball deflected out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Statesmen. First time we'll see Mio Dronyak coming into the game. He'll take the place of Robert Smith. We'll also see Sutherland check back in, and Dion Joyner will take a break. So Joyner comes off. Dronyak sees his first action. Dronyak out of Serbia. And the ball will be inbounded underneath the Statesman basket. Dronyak gets it off the inbounds. He'll dish it off, and Ricky Hicks now down in the middle. Stanley Taylor, and he's fouled. I don't believe it was on the shot, so it will likely be a 1-and-1 situation. That one on Coran Clements, his first. And it will be 1-and-1 for Stanley Taylor. Sub coming in for Wake Tech, Nick Johnson will come back into the game. Johnson will replace number 15, Christian Anamihe, who will get his first break of the contest. So Stanley Taylor with 1-and-1 opportunity. Taylor's first shot is good. Taylor has an even 10 points quickly here in this first half. Ricky Hicks jumps into the lane before the second free throw. Taylor dribbles the ball, spins it around. Second shot is up. That one's off the back iron, but a long rebound for Ricky Hicks, and Hicks draws it back out. Now all the way back into the lane, and Sutherland with the dunk. He's got 4. And that was a really nice pass. Unselfish play there by Taylor. He could have gone for it himself, but saw the wide open Sutherland down low. And the Statesmen all of a sudden have their biggest lead of the contest by 6. 27-21 with 8:35 remaining here in this first half. A quick steal and a foul called, offensive foul. That's going to be against number 5. So number 5 for Wake Tech, Jordan Shepard with his first foul. Statesman ball. And a timeout called by Coach Moore. It'll be a 30-second timeout as he will look to draw up a play. So a 27-21 lead, and the Statesmen have been dominant underneath the basket so far on the offensive side. 16 points combined for Stanley Taylor and Dion Joyner, not to mention another 4 from Kenny Sutherland. So 20 of the 27 points coming from the Statesmen big men here early on. As for Wake Tech, 8 points from Eddie Volkerts, much of what we would expect as Volkert's leading the scoring for the Eagles. Anamihe will check back in off of the stoppage. Christian Anamihe, 4 points as well for Wake Tech, along with Coran Clements. The Statesmen take a timeout, and we know how well the Statesmen can draw up a play off of the timeouts. Anamihe looking to check in. He won't check in prior to the ball being inbounded, however. He'll have to check in on the next stoppage of play. Statesman swinging the ball around. Tim Bing Jr., who drew that last charge with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. He dishes it over. Mio Dronyak for three. In and out, no good. It's going to go out of bounds off of Eddie Volkerts. It'll stay with the Statesman. Anamihe will now check back in as he will replace number 33, Seth Bryant. So Anamihe got a quick break, and he is back in the contest. Hicks will inbound it to Dronyak. Dronyak thought about a three, shuffled his feet, and turns it over. So another Statesman turnover, but they are up 6 with 8:09 remaining here in the first half. So Wake Tech inbounds the ball. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 8 minutes flat on the game clock. Nick Johnson with the ball, working against Tim Bing Jr. Over into the corner, three-point attempt up and out. No good. Rebound, Ricky Hicks. Hicks in transition, long pass to Bing. Bing able to control it before he goes out of bounds. He dishes it over to Dronyak. Dronyak for three. No good off the side iron. Sutherland with a nice rebound, and he is fouled. He will go to the line for the 1-and-1. And you really look at some of the Statesmen who will be coming back next year. Kenny Sutherland has to be one that they're really excited to get back, particularly for plays like that. He's had countless opportunities where he can get in to a crowded field and come away with an offensive rebound, and he's rewarded with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Sutherland's first shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Wake Tech. Here come the Eagles quickly from left to right. Two-pointer Volkerts is no good. Rebound, Mio Dronyak. Here comes Dronyak. Dronyak swings it over to Tim Bing. Bing now down low to Taylor. Taylor pulled it up and will knock it out of bounds. It'll stay right here with 22 on the shot clock. Smith will come back in. Tim Bing will check out. Statesman with a 6-point lead. They had nearly a 20-point lead in their game here earlier this year, but Wake Tech was able to grind it away and come away with the victory. Ball inbounded. Dronyak in the corner, dishes it into Taylor. Taylor outside. Three-point attempt, Robert Smith. No good. And a rebound for Christian Anamihe. And here comes Wake Tech. From left to right on your radio dial. Anamihe to Volkerts, and Volkerts back to number 1, Coran Clements. Here's Anamihe, layup attempt. Nice! Reverse layup attempt by Christian Anamihe. Make it 27-23. Threw that one right over his head. On the other end, Ricky Hicks with an out-of-control layup attempt, no good. And on the rebound, a foul on Mio Dronyak. That's his first. And it'll be 1-and-1 for the Eagles. So Tyler Lloyd and Wayne Cleavert will see their first action of this first half as Stanley Taylor and Dronyak will go to the bench on this 1-and-1. And the 1-and-1 will be handled, and I believe that's Carnell Watkins who will go to the line for the 1-and-1. No, it's actually Coran Clements who had the ball on the foul. First shot for Clements is good. 6:45 remaining, one more free throw here as the Eagles have trimmed it back to a one-possession game. Second shot is good. So Coran Clements makes good for his two shots, and it's 27-25. So Tyler Lloyd, newly checked into the game, inbounds it to Ricky Hicks, who brings it into the front court for the Statesmen. Kenny Sutherland, with the ball now, dishes it over to Hicks. Hicks back up to Robert Smith. Smith dribbles into the lane, knocks it out of bounds, And it will go back to Wake Tech, another Statesman turnover. Hicks will go to the bench in favor of Ryan Jones checking back in. His 3 points coming off of made free throws earlier in the half. Jones with a little token pressure against number 1, Coran Clements. Clements over to the right-hand side, working against this zone defense for the Statesmen. Ball out to the top to Volkerts. Volkerts thinks about a 3, doesn't take it, pulls up for a 2. No good, but he's fouled. And Eddie Volkerts will go to the line for 2. Foul against Robert Smith. That's his first. Actually, the official scoring has that as his second foul. And he will go to the line for 2, Will Volkerts. First shot is good. Trey Patterson will check back in as Smith will come to the bench. Second shot is no good. Rebound Sutherland, and here come the Statesmen. And it's Ryan Jones back to Sutherland. Back up to Trey Patterson up top, and here comes Ryan Jones. 17 on the shot clock. Into the corner for Tyler Lloyd. Lloyd down low to Sutherland. Sutherland takes it back up to the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Jones back out to the top. Patterson looking for a man. 6 on the shot clock. 3-point attempt is good. Ryan Jones for 3. He's got 6. 30-26 Statesmen. Once again, the Statesmen applying a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. And number 1, Clements, gets it past the pressure. 15 on the shot clock. Volkerts with the ball. Looking for an opportunity here. Dribbles it over to his right. Working against Ryan Jones. Over to Anamihe. Anamihe pulls up, air ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Deion Joyner checking back in as Kenny Sutherland will go to the bench. 30-26 Statesmen, 5 minutes remaining here in this quick first half for the Statesmen. Ball into the front court to Wayne Cleaver. Cleaver dishes it out right to the Wake Tech bench. And Wake Tech gets the ball, another Statesman turnover. Got to wonder, without these turnovers, what would this deficit look like? Cleaver will check out, and Tim Bing Jr. comes back into the game. Coach Wainwright doing some coaching here on the sideline to Wake Tech while they retrieve the basketball. Ball inbounded for Wake Tech on the sideline. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Coran Clements dribbling the ball up for Wake Tech in between his legs over to Nick Johnson. Johnson looking for an open man, and the glasses were knocked off of Nick Johnson. They call a timeout on the floor. Nick Johnson wears athletic glasses with a strap, and they were knocked off of his head, and they stopped the play so he could pick them up. One eye. Coach Wainwright informing us here at the announcer's table that he only has one eye, so that those glasses are very important to his play. Ball inbounded. It's 15 on the shot clock. Over to the right to Volkerts. Volkerts now working against number 1 Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper is good. Volkerts converts for 2. He's got 10. 30-28. Statesmen on the other end get it quickly into the paint, and it's Deion Joyner for 2. He's got 8. Make it 32-28 Statesmen. Now on the other end, Coran Clements all the way to the basket, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Offensive foul on Coran Clements. That's his second. And it will be Statesman ball on the turnover. Stanley Taylor will check back in. And big high five to Tyler Lloyd from Coach Moore as Tyler Lloyd drew the charge. A correction, Stanley Taylor only has 1 foul. That was the foul we had added to Taylor. It's Smith that has 2. Statesman with the ball and 20 on the shot clock, 4 remaining in the half. Joyner's Jumper is no good. Rebound, Nick Johnson. Ball into the front court for Wake Tech. Volkerts, pump fake, dishes it into the corner to number 5, Jordan Shepard. Shepard, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. Good shot by Jordan Shepard. 32-30, Statesmen. Quickly into the front court for the Statesmen. Bing takes it to the basket, no good. Ball is saved by Coran Clements. And here come Wake Tech, they have numbers. Volkerts pull up for 3, no good. And they're going to call a foul against Stanley Taylor. So that's a big one. That's Stanley Taylor's second foul. And that puts Wake Tech in the double bonus. And it'll be a chance to tie here for Christian Anamihe as he will go to the line for 2. So Anamihe will get 2 free throws. He already has 6 points. First shot from Christian Anamihe, up and off the back iron, no good. Subs coming in for the Statesmen. Kenny Sutherland will check back in along with Ricky Hicks. And it's Ryan Jones and Stanley Taylor who will take a rest. So Nick Johnson, we talked about him earlier, does have one glass eye, one eye, and wearing the athletic eyewear. And lens got popped out on that play. Second shot is up and good for Anamihe. He's got 7, and it's trimmed to a 1-point lead. 32-31. Statesmen looking to add to their lead with 3:21 remaining here in the first half. Over to Tim Bing. Bing into the paint. Dishes it over to Sutherland. No good, no call. Bing gets it back. Layup is good. Tim Bing Jr. for 2 as Sutherland was rejected, and it's 34-31. Ball quickly into Jordan Shepard. Now over to Coran Clements. Clements is blocked by Sutherland, but Shepard ends up with the ball once again. Shepard over to Nick Johnson. Johnson pulls up for 2. No good. Battle for the rebound is won by Trey Patterson. Here come the Statesmen in transition. Trim Bing. Bing's going to take it into the paint. He dishes it off. And Joyner's able to convert for 2. Making it even 10 for Joyner. And it's 36-31. 5-point lead for Bland. Coran Clements with the layup attempt. No good. Scramble for the rebound is won by Christian Anamihe. Anamihe goes in for 2. No good. Rebound Ricky Hicks. And here comes Hicks on the other end. Dishes it over to Trey Patterson. Patterson underneath to Sutherland. Patterson thought about an open 3, declined. Instead took it into the paint. Oh, but they call an offensive foul against Trey Patterson. Wiped the basket, and Trey Patterson called for the offensive foul. That's his second. That one could have gone either way, but it goes the way of Wake Tech. Checking in now for Wake Tech will be number 0, Carnell Watkins, back into the game. And number 33, Tyrell Mendenhall, will come in for the Statesmen for the first time tonight. Mendenhall out of Newberry, South Carolina. Here comes the Eagles now with a 5-point deficit. Just 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. It's Eddie Volkerts who dishes it over to number 0, Watkins. Watkins over to Nick Johnson. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson fakes a shot against Mendenhall. Now he takes the 3-pointer, no good. Scramble for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay right here. Yep, it'll stay with Wake Tech, and they get a fresh shot clock. So 1:47 remaining. Wake Tech to inbound the ball. They get it into Clements. They draw it out to Eddie Volkerts. Volkerts goes all the way to the basket. No good. Johnson, though, with the rebound, and he's fouled. And it'll be Nick Johnson to the line for 2. Number 33, Mendenhall, called for the foul. That's his first. So Tyrell Mendenhall charged for the first foul, and it'll be Nick Johnson going to the line for 2. He's got 2 points off of made free throws earlier in the contest, and he'll get 2 here. First shot for him is up and no good off the back iron. Here the Statesmen faithful making noise. A good crowd here, as certainly lots of Statesmen faithful. Good contention from Wake Tech drove up as well, and Fayetteville Tech's fans still here after their victory. Second shot is up, and that one is good. So Nick Johnson converts on 1 of 2 make it a 36-32 score with 1:35 remaining here in the first half. Ball moving around the top. Marvin Trotman dishes it over into the left corner, and he's trapped in that left corner is Ricky Hicks. And I believe they're going to call 30-second timeout. So he got a 30-second timeout as he was stuck in the corner. 30-second timeout, though, called in the corner. I believe Coach Moore was thinking there might have been a foul, but there was not. And it was a 30-second timeout. So a 4-point lead for the Statesmen here. Still anybody's contest with 1:25 remaining here in the first half. 36-32 the score. As Wake Tech really keeping this one close off of the shooting of Eddie Volkerts and the defense, really. A lot of turnovers created in that first half. I can only imagine what the score would be without about 7 or 8 turnovers from the Statesmen. As for the Statesmen, it's the big men like we thought. Stanley Taylor and Deion Joyner have combined for 20 of the 36 points, along with Kenny Sutherland's 4. Ryan Jones did hit that 3 to open things up a little bit. So Coach Moore not happy that I guess Ricky Hicks had to take a timeout there. Maybe thought there was a foul. Hicks will inbound the ball, and he gets it in with 15 on the shot clock. Ball's given back to him. He dishes it over to Marvin Trotman. Trotman will take a contested 3, and it's good. Marvin Trotman for 3, his first points of the evening, and it is 39-32, biggest lead of the night for the Statesmen. Layup attempt on the other end is no good. Johnson's putback no good. Ball saved by Trotman, and here come the Statesmen with a minute remaining here in this first half. Trotman's going to take it all the way to the hoop, no good. It's going to go out of bounds off of the Statesmen, and it'll be Wake Tech basketball. Tyler Lloyd and Tim Bing will come back in as Trotman and Mendenhall go to the bench. And the Wake Tech Eagles will inbound the ball with 39-32 deficit and 54 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball inbounded into the front court. Volkerts with the ball. And it's knocked out of his hands by Patterson. Good play by Patterson. Tyler Lloyd out of control, though. Sutherland's going to go for the basket. He knocks it off of the Wake Tech player. Ball loose, and it ends up in the hands of Nick Johnson. That was quite a sequence. Nick Johnson gets the ball in the end, and Wake Tech with the ball. 6 seconds differential in the game and shot clock. Clements with the ball towards the basket, no good, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Tim Bing Jr. We'll see who it's called against. Yes, it is Tim Bing Jr. That's his second, and it'll be 2 shots for Wake Tech. Wake Tech just trying to hang in there. We saw it in the first contest back in January. They were able to hang in throughout the game. They were down by as much as 20, but ended up getting the win. And it'll be number 15, Christian Anamihe, with 2 shots. First shot for Anamihe is good. Subs coming in, Joyner back in the game along with Ryan Jones. Sutherland and Bing will check out. So Christian Anamihe with 8 points so far in this first half. Second free throw attempt is up, and it's good. So Anamihe converts, making it a 5-point game, and the Statesmen can now hold for the final shot with 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Ricky Hicks with the ball. 13 seconds now remaining. Hicks working against Volkerts. Hicks continues to dribble. 7 seconds remaining. Patterson now with the ball. Dribbles into the paint. Pull-up jumper for Patterson off the back. Glass is good. 1 second remaining. A prayer up and no good. Nice shot there to end the quarter, the half, excuse me, by Trey Patterson. And that's a good way to end that first half with his first 2 points. And the Statesmen go to the locker room with a 41-34 lead against Wake Tech. We'll come back on the other side with your first half statistics, keys to the second half, and the NCAA scoreboard. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a red-hot mascot.
Hey, you're on fire!
You bet I am.
Dude, you're on fire!
Oh, yeah!
No, you're on fire! Look behind you!
Ah!
Made burger or some delicious ice cream like Mom used to make. Stop by Jerry's Burger Spot at 3815 Jefferson Park Road, Prince George, Virginia, right off 36 near Fort Lee. Jerry's Burger Spot. Remember when.
Looking for exotic food at reasonable prices? Elephant Thai, the only authentic Thai restaurant in the Tri-Cities, located in the Crossings Shopping Center in Hopewell, is the place for you. Don't like real spicy food? Every meal at Elephant Thai can be customized from no spices to your desired level of spices. Exotic desserts, soft drinks, and alcoholic beverages are also available, including beer from Thailand. Elephant Thai, your spot for an exciting dining experience. Call 458-2885. That's Elephant Thai Restaurant in the Crossings Shopping Center in Hopewell.
And we're back here on WHAP Fox Sports Radio, and it's coverage of the quarterfinals of the Division II NJCAA Region 10 tournament, and it's a 41-34 halftime lead for the Statesmen over the Wake Tech Eagles, the 3-6 matchup, and the Statesmen so far in control tonight. For the Statesmen, the duo of big men have scored 10 points each. Stanley Taylor and Dion Joyner each dropping 10 in this first half, and that'll be a key to the second half if they can continue to do so. Ryan Jones has 6, and then really the rest is pretty spread out. Tim Bing with 4, Kenny Sutherland 4, Marvin Trotman with 3, and then Robert Smith and Trey Patterson each have 2 points. Really nobody in immense foul trouble, but 2 fouls each for Robert Smith, Stanley Taylor, Tim Bing, and Trey Patterson. As for Wake Tech, certainly less players involved, but the Wake Tech offense led as we expected by Eddie Volkerts, 10 points for the Statesmen, including a couple of made threes. 9 points for Christian Anamihe. He's had a good start to this contest. We'll see if he can continue that in the second half. 6 points for Karan Clements. 3 points Nick Johnson. 2 each for Carnell Watkins and Jordan Shepard. And 1 point for Seth Bryan. And so the keys to the second half. So for Wake Tech, it's got to be get the ball in the hands of Eddie Volkerts a little bit more often. Although Christian Anamihe had a really good first half with 9 points, Eddie Volkerts is your big scorer. He can hit 3-pointers. We saw him hit a couple of really good ones within the first few minutes. And he had at least 22 or more points in both matchups that Wake Tech kept close. So Eddie Volkerts really the key, I think, to the second half for Wake Tech. As for the Statesmen, it's the turnover game once again. We've said it so many times. The Statesmen plagued by turnovers and fouls, and it was no difference here in this contest so far. No less than 8 turnovers for the Statesmen in that first half, and it may be more than that. We don't have the official statistics here. But certainly that turnover battle will be very important for the Statesmen to control if they're to pull away in the second half. Not to say they can't win while committing turnovers, but if they can reduce that amount of turnovers, it greatly increases the likelihood that they will win in this contest. Now let's take a look at some scores for today, and a lot of today's scores have to do with March Madness. We'll start with an in-state score. This is a big one. Radford with the 55-52 victory over Liberty, and Radford is going to the big dance. They punched their ticket in the Big South. They were the number 1 seed, or actually the number 2 seed, UNC Asheville, getting upset. So Radford will be going to the big dance for the first time in several years as they beat in-state rivals, the Liberty Flames. So congratulations to the Highlanders. They're going to the NCAA tournament. Loyola Chicago gets a 65-49 victory in the Missouri Valley Conference Final. And Loyola Chicago, they're going to be a dangerous team in the NCAA tournament. They got a victory earlier this year against the University of Florida. Although Florida's kind of had an off year, that's still a big school, SEC school. So Loyola Chicago could be a very dangerous team in the NCAA tournament. Another, not final, but it's about to be final. Lipscomb will pull the upset. Lipscomb will win the Atlantic Sun more than likely against him, unless a miracle happens for Florida Gulf Coast. Lipscomb up 106-94 with just 45 seconds remaining. So Lipscomb will likely punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. I don't know if that's their first big dance, but they haven't had many. And they will be headed to the NCAA tournament. Gotta love March Madness. Some other ranked teams' scores. It's Houston trailing 51-46 against UConn. 12:39 remaining in the second half of that contest in Houston. So UConn trying to be a little bit of a bracket buster, if you will, against Houston. Michigan leads at the half 38-33 against Purdue. That's the Big Ten men's tournament final. So Michigan trying to automatically punch their ticket. Of course, they're number 15, so they would be in the field either way. But what an exclamation point it would be if they could punch their way in via that Big Ten men's tournament that was moved up a week to be played in Madison Square Garden. And then another final earlier today, big win for Cincinnati, 62-61 victory on the road against the Shockers of Wichita State. So Cincinnati gets a big win heading into the AAC tournament, which will take place, of course, next week. So that's a look at your scoreboard, and look at the scoreboard here at Statesman Hall. It's a 41-34 lead for the Statesmen heading into the second half. We'll take another commercial break, and we'll come back on the other side with buzzer-to-buzzer action. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
OC3 is a group of 12 pastors and other citizens who meet monthly to do together what is much more challenging alone. In the summers of 15 and 16, we painted 2 Hopewell schools with 600 volunteers and saved the city $60,000. Would you like to help us address illiteracy, mentoring, and prayer? God wants to continue to shower His love through Christ by the way we love one another. If you'd like to know more about OC3, contact Jeff Butler at 247-2616 or go to our OC3 Hopewell Facebook page. God bless you.
Hello, this is Thomas Hennessy of Old Town Wellness Chiropractic Center in Petersburg. My focus is to bring you back to health naturally with gentle and pain-free chiropractic techniques that I've practiced for over 20 years. Visit my office at 515 South Sycamore Street, Petersburg, Virginia, and make an appointment today. We do you good, and everyone gets relief from the everyday aches and pains, and in most cases, the results are amazing. Your first consultation is free if you mention that you heard this ad on WHAP Radio. That number to call is 804-733-8377. Why suffer needlessly? You were fearfully and wonderfully made. Let us help you awaken the healing virtues that God has put in your life and body. Call today, 804-733-8377.
Heretic Feed and Seed has been Hopewell's lawn and garden expert for over 70 years. They say, if it grows, we have it. We also sell and service Cub Cadet, Steel, Echo, Exmark power equipment. Heretic Feed and Seed is the place to go. They are the service center for the largest equipment dealers in the area. That's Heretic Feed and Seed for all your lawn and garden needs. Located at 417 South 15th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For all your lawn and garden needs.
And welcome back to WHAP Fox Sports Radio and its live coverage of Statesmen basketball, and it's the NJCAA Division II Region 10 quarterfinals, and it's the Statesmen with a 41-34 lead at the half against the Wake Tech Eagles. The winner of tonight's game will head to next week. Sandhills Community College is the host of the semifinals and finals. And it will be the winner of this game taking on the winners of the game we saw just before this, Fayetteville Tech, coming up with the 7-2 upset as they defeated Bryant and Stratton. Bryant and Stratton came out sluggish and were not able to recover, losing 105-99 to Fayetteville Tech. The other matchup next week at Sandhills will be the 1-4 matchup, as it will be Pitt Community College, number 4, taking on the tournament favorites, number 1, Lewisburg. And both of those games, like I said, will be played down in Sandhills next weekend. So with just a minute remaining here during the break, let's go back over the big scorers in the first half one more time. It was Stanley Taylor and Deion Joyner combining for 20 points, 10 each for the Statesmen. Really, Stanley Taylor, the only one of those two in remote foul trouble. He's got 2, so he'll have to be careful in this second half. Ryan Jones also chipped in with 6. As for Wake Tech, a little bit more balanced scoring. Eddie Volkerts at 10, and he's the big shooter. We'll have to watch and see what he can do in the second half to see if he can bring Wake Tech back into this game. Christian Anamihe with 9, and Coran Clements with 6. 3 of the starters, all freshmen, by the way, with a nice balanced attack. So if you look at Wake Tech, looking ahead to next year, win or lose in this game, they've got a bright future ahead. With a lot of freshmen moving up, and they're showing a lot of talent just in this game. Imagine what a nice offseason and some experience heading into next year will do for Wake Tech. Really very cyclical basketball at the junior college level. Graduating every 2 years requires a lot of recruiting prowess from these head coaches. So Coach Wainwright and Coach Moore have had a lot of work to do. Of course, tonight is Coach Moore's finale here at Statesman Hall. Stay tuned after tonight's game, and you'll hear the post-game show with Coach Moore, and really looking forward to talking to him about this performance one way or the other, hopefully with a Statesman win. So here we go, 20 minutes until the semifinals, we hope, as the Wake Tech Eagles will control the ball on the inbounds against the Statesmen. And here we go, ball's inbounded. And it's number 1, Coran Clements, bringing the ball into the front court for Wake Tech. He dishes it off, and pulling it back is number 0, Watkins. Watkins now down low. Nick Johnson mistimed the jump to try and get that pass, and it results in a Statesman steal. Stanley Taylor in the right place at the right time for that one. And here come the Statesmen now. Robert Smith with the ball. Smith was pretty quiet in the first half, only 2 points for the sophomore. Tim Big Jr. wearing number 15 instead of number 0 tonight. Dishes it into Taylor. Jumper no good. And here come the Eagles off of the defensive rebound. Wake Tech brings it into the front court. Over to Nick Johnson. 3-point attempt. Carnell Watkins no good, but Nick Johnson with a nice effort to get the offensive rebound. He's going to take it to the hole. No, he puts it back out to Watkins. Watkins into the paint. Offensive foul. So Carnell Watkins charged with the offensive foul. That's his third. So Watkins may have to go to the bench early here in the second half. Checking in quickly for the Statesmen is Trey Patterson. Patterson had a couple points in that first half, and Tim Bing will head to the bench. Statesmen inbound the ball, and Ricky Hicks will bring it up for the homestanding Richard Bland Statesmen, hosting this conference tournament for the third year in a row. They swing it around. Ricky Hicks with the ball. Smith looking for his man. He gets Stanley Taylor down low, but Taylor not able to convert. And the long rebound for Wake Tech. Tech bringing it into the front court. Here comes Coran Clements for two. So Coran Clements converting. And it's 41-36. First points of the half for either team are scored by Wake Tech. So a vociferous crowd on hand in this one for Wake Tech. Asking for defense, but Stanley Taylor able to break that defense and score his first points of the half, 43-36. Quickly on the other end, Clements for two. No good. Rebound, Dion Joyner. Now quickly back in transition are the Statesmen. Trey Patterson is fouled, and he will go to the line for two, and that's Christian Anamihe, who will be charged with his first foul. So it'll be Trey Patterson, number 3, going to the line for two for the Statesmen. Trey Patterson out of John Marshall High School. John Marshall having a good year this year. I believe they've advanced to the state tournament. Had some good wins this year, too, over Trinity Episcopal, George Wythe, and others. First shot rims around and bounces out. No good. And it'll be a second shot for Trey Patterson. I'll tell you who I was disappointed in that state tournament. L.C. Bird got knocked off in the first round by Highland Springs, a 1-8 matchup. Second shot for Patterson is good. He goes 1 for 2 from the line, and it's 44-36. So Wake Tech brings it back up into the front court. Nick Johnson with the ball, and it's stolen. Patterson all alone, jams it in with authority. He gets the two. Crowd really liked that one. And it's 46-36, biggest lead of the night for the Statesmen. Nick Johnson drives in, and he called for the offensive foul. Neither he nor the coach liked the call at all. That's going to be Johnson's second foul. And the Statesmen get the ball on the turnover. If you couldn't tell from me bringing up L.C. Bird, of course, I'm a Skyhawk alum, and they had a great season. They only lost one time up till that tournament, and Highland Springs got up for that game and got the win. 46-36 with 17.5 remaining in the second half, and Bland now riding a little bit of momentum, looking to capitalize. Pull-up jumper for Trey Patterson, no good, and the rebound for Carnell Watkins. Here come the Eagles in transition. Clements pulls up, dishes it to Volkerts. They've defended Volkerts really well in this game. He's only had 3 three-point opportunities. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles with 14 remaining on the shot clock. Ball inbounded. Volkerts with the ball. It's actually Anamihe. Goes up and strong move by Anamihe for two. 46-38 Statesmen. Robert Smith with the ball on the left-hand side. He dishes it out to Hicks. Now into the corner for Patterson. Patterson pulls up for two. Not able to bank it in. And Wake Tech gets the ball back. Wake Tech gets it into the front court. Clements runs onto a brick wall and has to pull up. They get it into the corner to number 21, Volkerts. Volkerts all the way to the basket. Nice move by Eddie Volkerts. That was a strong move. 46-40. 16:22 remaining. Pull-up jumper, Robert Smith, in and out, no good. And that's the kind of night Robert Smith's had. Nothing falling for him. Still a two-possession game. Into the corner. And a foul called against the Statesmen. Maybe a little bit of frustration on that foul for Robert Smith. That's his third. And he's going to come out. Tim Bing will come back into the game. So once again, Wake Tech hanging in. The Statesmen not able to pull away. Biggest lead so far has been 10. Johnson receives the inbound. inbound. Into the corner for Clements. Clements takes it into the lane. Back out for Volkerts. Volkerts with an open three. Surprised he missed that. He's not going to miss a lot of open threes. But on the rebound, a foul called against Stanley Taylor. And that's a big one because that's Taylor's third. And it'll be an inbounds play for Wake Tech. It's also the second against the Statesmen. Statesmen defend the inbound, but Volkerts gets it up at the top. Volkerts working with the ball. 20 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Clements. Clements, pull-up jumper for two. In and out, no good. It's going out of bounds, and it's going to go to Wake Tech. The Wake Tech bench doesn't like it. Could have gone either way, but it goes to the Statesmen. Kenny Sutherland comes back into the game, replacing Stanley Taylor. And it will be Ryan Jones also coming in as Ricky Hicks will take a break. So Coach Moore getting his bench involved here. Less than 5 minutes into this second half. Trying to avert foul trouble. Bing, 3-on-1 against Bing. Gets it over to Sutherland. 3-point attempt, Joyner. In and out, no good, but Sutherland in the right place at the right time. Nice play by Kenny Sutherland. And that's another offensive rebound for Kenny Sutherland. He's been so good at that this year, and it's 48-40. Nick Johnson with the ball. He moves the ball around. Now Clements, and Clements is fouled on the drive. And that one's going to be against Trey Patterson. That's Patterson's third, so now 3 Statesmen have 3 fouls. Tyler Lloyd will check back in as Dion Joyner will head to the bench. And it'll be Wake Tech ball underneath the basket. Ball inbounded to Anamihe. And now up to the top to Eddie Volkerts. Volkerts looking to make a play. Volkerts is stripped. Ooh, and a foul called. Guess he got some arm. And it'll be Volkerts going to the line for 2. That one against Ryan Jones. That's his first, but quickly 4 fouls against the Statesmen. So it'll be Eddie Volkerts going to the line for 2. He's got 12 points so far tonight. Really the star of this Wake Tech ball club. First shot is in. Marvin Trotman will come back in. And Trey Patterson will head to the bench. So here comes the second shot from Eddie Volkerts. It's good. So it's trimmed back to a 2-possession game with 15 minutes remaining in regulation. Trotman into the front court. Ooh, no foul call as it's stripped. Clements all the way to the basket, and it's good. And it's now once again a 4-point game as Clements converts on the layup. Questionable no call in midcourt against the Statesmen. Bing with the ball. Knocks it off of Nick Johnson, kick ball. And Coach Moore has seen enough. He's going to call its 30-second timeout and get his players together for just a moment. Coach Moore incensed by the last couple of exchanges. And Wake Tech has drawn this back to a 4-point game. It was a 7-point game at the half. And once again, the turnover bug really biting the Statesmen here early on in this first half. The Statesmen certainly have a deeper bench and more talent, but Wake Tech has been able to convert off of a lot of these turnovers. And it's once again Eddie Volkerts who's leading the team in scoring. He's got 14. I imagine to stay in this game, Volkerts will need to get somewhere in between 20 to 25 points, and he's well on his way. Thus, the team is right in it. And we'll see if Wake Tech can continue to compete at this level against the deep Statesman bench. So 30 seconds elapse, and the Statesmen will have the ball inbounds underneath their basket. It's dished into Marvin Trotman. Trotman up top. He'll pass it off to Ryan Jones. Jones takes it all the way into the paint. Not able to convert once again, though. A nice play by Kenny Sutherland. He didn't get credit for the rebound, but he dished it back out. And eventually Ryan Jones converts for 2, and it's back to a 6-point lead. It's not going to show up really heavily on the stats, but Kenny Sutherland has been a big part of this game. 3 huge offensive rebounds. Wake Tech loses it in the lane. Here comes Tim Bing. Bing takes it all the way to the rim. No good. A rebound to Wake Tech. And all alone in the front court. Oh, but he had to slow down. It was number 1 Clements. Clements might have had a good opportunity. It's dished back to Volker. It's high off the glass. No good. Scramble for the rebound, and the Statesmen come up with it. Another rebound for Kenny Sutherland. So here come the Statesmen now with a 6-point lead and 13:44 remaining in the first half. Trotman in for 2. Marvin Trotman, nice floater there. He's got 5 points. Make it 52-44, and the Statesmen extend it back to 8. Statesman crowd getting into it now with 19 on the shot clock. Wake Tech drawing up a play. Clements with a nice behind-his-back dribble gets it over to Volkerts. Volkerts back to Clements now with 9 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Clements. That's a 2-pointer. His foot was on the line. He's got 6 points this half. It's 52-46. And a turnover. Bad pass by Jones. And all the way to the rim and 1. Carnell Watkins hits the 2. He's going to go to the line for the 3-point play. He's got a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. And the foul against number 1 Jones. That's his second. He's going to go to the bench. Ricky Hicks will check back in. A sloppy pass by Ryan Jones there. Robert Smith will also come back in. Tyler Lloyd will take a seat. So Carnell Watkins did a nice job taking it strong to the basket, and he gets the chance for a 3-point play with just under 13 minutes remaining here in the second half to cut it to a 1-possession game. His shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. Statesmen will have possession. We'll see if they press here. I would imagine this would be a good time to press. They're going to put 3 in the backcourt. They're running at least a bit of token pressure. And they force the pass up court. Trotman ends up with it, and he lays it in. Marvin Trotman for 2. It was a good way it was drawn up in theory, but Trotman had the presence of mind to just go straight to the basket, put in a little floater for 2. 54-48, 12:35 remaining. 3-point attempt. Good! Wow. Coran Clements coming up big in this second half. It's back to a 1-possession game. 3-pointer. Good! Tim King Jr. for 3. His first points of the second half. And they trade blows back and forth. 57-51. Statesmen into the paint. Loose ball. Layup is good. And a quick timeout called. Full timeout called by Wake Tech. And it's 57-53. These two teams trading blows. We'll take a quick commercial break. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
U-Store and Lock Self-Storage, the oldest self-storage business in the Hopewell area, located at 416 East Randolph Road and Route 10 to access your storage unit, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lowest prices starting at $35 per month. Units range from 5 feet 5 to 10 feet by 30 foot, 24-hour security staff, security cameras on all buildings. Most credit cards accepted. Call U-Store and Lock, 541-0655.
Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars and trucks and SUVs. If you're looking for a quality new or used truck, Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet has the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh-Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh-Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oaklawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. In business since 1966. Stroh-Snyder.
And quite a game developing here. Wake Tech has cut it to 4 points. These two teams trading blows back and forth. You gotta love the effort by the Statesmen, but Wake Tech providing effort of their own. Tim Bing Jr. hitting a 3 to answer a 3 that was made by Coran Clements. He's all of a sudden got 15 points for Wake Tech. But then the Statesmen allowed another 2, and it made it now a 57-53 contest. Statesmen, though, with the ball. They get it into the front court just in the nick of time. Robert Smith now with the ball, dishes it in. Nice pass to Bing, but he's surrounded. He gets it back out to Smith. Sutherland not able to convert, but he gets his own rebound. Ooh, and a little bit of a tie-up there. And they call a foul against Wake Tech. And they shake hands there. Good show of sportsmanship. That could have gotten ugly, but both players maintaining control. The foul will be against Ronaldo Waldron. That's Waldron's second foul. Actually, make that number 21. Number 21, Volkerts. That's his second. Ball inbounded to Bing. Bing over to Trotman. And now Ricky Hicks with the ball at the top of the key. Bing trips over himself, and it's a turnover. Up into the front court, Volkerts with the ball. Volkerts pulls it back. Smart move by Volkerts. Now Clements takes it to the rim. No good. Johnson with the rebound and the putback. So Nick Johnson for two, his first points of the half. And it's now a 2-point game. Holy moly. 2-point contest here in the quarterfinals. We thank you so much for listening tonight. And the Statesmen trying to get back some momentum. Into the middle to Bing. Bing turns around. Layup attempt no good. And a foul against Sutherland. Sutherland on the rebound. Does commit the foul. And it is Wake Tech ball. Stanley Taylor and Trey Patterson come back in. It'll be Bing and Trotman going to the bench. And Robert Taylor looks a little winded. Or Robert Smith, excuse me, looks a little winded over there on the right-hand side. Wake Tech inbounds the ball, gets it into their front court, and Coran Clemens calls a timeout. He saw trouble as Trey Patterson came in to make a good defensive play, and he calls a timeout right in front of the scoring table here, a 30-second timeout for Wake Tech. So now, all of a sudden, a one-possession game, 57-55, with 10:51 remaining here in the second half in regulation. And both teams going blow for blow. The Statesmen still turning the ball over too much to be a team that can run away with this game. And Wake Tech really taking advantage of a lot of those turnovers. So it'll be Wake Tech ball off of the timeout. Wake Tech checking in on their timeout count. I believe they have 3 remaining. And the Statesmen have 4. So the Statesman leading scorer on the floor is Stanley Taylor. He's got 11 points, but he's only got 2 in this half. My apologies for the loud whistle there. Ball inbounded, tipped, but retrieved by Clements. Clements over to Carnell Watkins. Over to Clements in the corner. He's going to take it to the rim. No, it goes out of bounds. And blocking foul called against Stanley Taylor. That's huge. That's his 4th. So Stanley Taylor called for the foul. That's number 4, and he's going to have to come out. And coming in now will be Deion Joyner. Not to mention, that's going to put Wake Tech in the 1-1. Huge turn of events here. Still lots of time left in this game. And they'll be shooting free throws for the balance. Only 4 fouls so far against Wake Tech. First shot for Clements is good. Clements stepping up. He's got 10 points in this second half, 16 overall. Second shot now for Clements is good, and it's a tie ball game. Tie ball game here at Statesman Hall, 57-57. Statesman once again working against the press. They get it up to Robert Smith. No good. Rebound, Nick Johnson, and Wake Tech has the chance to take the lead on this possession. Here come the Eagles. Clements dribbled into traffic, but he pulls it back up with 20 on the shot clock. Clements over to the left-hand side, 2-on-1. Gets it over. Layup, no good. Or it is good. Wow, Eddie Volkerts hits the layup, and it's Wake Tech up 59-57. Quick transition. Here come the Statesmen. Patterson for 2. No good. Putback no good. Struggle for the rebound. Wake Tech gets it back. And Wake Tech has the ball and the lead. 59-57 with under 10 minutes remaining. The Statesmen really need a stop on this possession. Over to Nick Johnson, three-pointer. No good. Volkerts rebound Sutherland. Here come the Statesmen once again. Oh, it's off of Sutherland's head. He wasn't expecting the pass. They got the ball back. Now back to Sutherland in the front court, and it's good. Talk about a recovery. Wow. So Ricky Hicks threw the ball off of Sutherland's head. Sutherland recovers, gets into the front court, and hits the jumper. Gotta love it. 59-59. Nick Johnson with the ball. He dishes it off to Eddie Volkerts with 14 remaining on the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock now. Volkerts looks like he's going to take it himself. He goes into the lane. He's going to take the pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Wake Tech. Anamihe back out to Clements, and a fresh shot clock. Offensive rebounds have been huge on both sides in this game. And the jumper is a foul. Clements is fouled on the jumper by Kenny Sutherland. That's his third. The big men are really starting to get into foul trouble here. Taylor 4, Sutherland 3. And it will be Coran Clements going to the line for 2 free throws. Clements, he's got 17 points. Clements' first shot up, and it's good. So Tyler Lloyd will come back in, as will Ryan Jones, Sutherland, and Ricky Hicks will go to the bench. Hope you are prepared for a good game, folks, because this one's going to go down the wire. Don't go anywhere on this one. Second shot is up and good as Coran Clements hits both of his free throws. 61-59, Wake Tech. Here come the Statesmen. Robert Smith in the corner. He gets met by Christian Anamihe. Jumper by Ryan Jones is no good, but he gets his own long rebound and a fresh 30. Dished into Patterson. Now to Joyner for 2. Dion Joyner in a good spot there. He gets his first points of the half, and it's a tie once again. 61-61 with 8:21 remaining in regulation. Clements, ball deflected. Ooh, and they are going to call a foul. It looks like they call it against Tyler Lloyd. Tyler Lloyd with his first foul. That's going to be the 9th against the Statesmen. So on the next foul, it'll be a double bonus situation the rest of the way. Tim Bing Jr. comes in as Robert Smith will take a break. Coach Moore giving DeWatt Mills the riot act over on the sideline. First shot for Coran Clements is good. Clements, if nothing else, has done a great job of getting to the free throw line, and he's hitting his shots. And point number 15 of the half for Coran Clements comes on the second made free throw. 61-63 Eagles. Ball knocked out of bounds in the front court for the Statesmen. It'll stay, though, with Bland. 8:11 remaining. Ball inbounded for the Statesmen. 8:10 remaining. Ryan Jones with it. He dishes it over to Tyler Lloyd. Now Tim Bing has the ball, looking for a man. It's deflected back to Trey Patterson. Over to Lloyd, no good. And Dion Joyner with the putback for 2. Joyner with a quick 4 points, and it's once again tied 63-63. Crowd getting really loud here at Statesman Hall. Very highly contested game. Wake Tech up for North Carolina, trying to pull the upset. Would be the second in the row in this tournament. Ball's deflected, rebound, Statesman knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Statesmen. No foul call. Ball knocked out of bounds. 7:32 remaining. And a sideline warning issued against Coach Moore. Coach Moore, as always, very animated. A sideline warning issued. He needs to be careful. A technical foul would be disastrous here in this tie game. 7:28 remaining. Statesmen with the ball. They move it around to Ryan Jones. Jones back up to the top to Trey Patterson. Patterson over to Bing. 14 on the shot clock. Tyler Lloyd, three-pointer. Good! Tyler Lloyd for three. Tyler Lloyd picked a great time to get his first points of the half of the game, and it's 66-63. Wake Tech looking to answer. 7 minutes remaining. Three-point attempt is good! That's number one, Coran Clements. Coran Clements has taken control of this game for Wake Tech. 66-66. Oh my goodness. Stoppage in play as that one knocked the net up into the top of the net. And with 6:53 remaining, what a game. Here come the Statesmen into the front court. It's loose, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Statesmen. So 20 seconds on the shot clock. Big three by Tyler Lloyd, first points of the game. And then answering on the other end, Coran Clements, who now has 24 points, 18 of which coming in this second half. So 66-66, and here comes the inbound. And it's stripped, stolen by Wake Tech, and they're in the front court with numbers. It's a loose ball, it's going to go out of bounds. Watkins couldn't control it, and it's back to Statesman basketball. So between the turnovers and the three-pointers, this has become a very exciting game here with just 6.5 minutes remaining in this final quarterfinal of this Division II Region X tournament. Patterson into the front court. Layup no good. Rebound Nick Johnson, and Wake Tech with the ball. So here come the Eagles into the front court. And Coran was not able to convert. Coran Clements with an errant layup. Tyler Lloyd loses the ball. He had a straight line to the basket. He knows it. I don't think Coach Moore's got a smile on his face like Tyler Lloyd does, and he's headed straight to the bench. And Mio Dronjak will come into the game for the Statesmen. Mio Dronjak from Serbia gets at least a couple minutes in the game now. Eddie Volkerts into the front court, dishes it off to Coran Clements. Clements, the star of this second half, over to Volkerts. Volkerts dishes it in, loose ball. Wake Tech keeps it, 12 on the shot clock. Watkins back to Clements, 8 on the shot clock. Clements takes it into the lane. Now a three-pointer, Corral Watkins, up and no good, and a rebound to Dion Joyner. Statesman with the ball. Tim Bing up court, almost lost out of bounds. Dronjak gets it back, and Tim Bing will slow things down. That was almost a disaster there. It almost got lost out of bounds twice by the Statesmen, but somehow they maintained control and have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dronjak over to Robert Smith. Smith loses the ball. Here comes Wake Tech. And it's good. And that's number 0, Carnell Watkins, who hits the layup. Timeout taken by Wake Tech. A full timeout taken by Wake Tech with 5:01 remaining on the clock. 68-61, Wake Tech in the lead. You would be crazy to tune off of this station as we have a great matchup going on here. The Statesmen will look back to get into this game. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
Hello, my name is Andy Clark. I'm here to tell you that at Ligon Jones Insurance, we're dedicated to serving you. You've heard all the gimmicks and sales pitches from 800 number and online companies, and we can offer all the same options, such as accident forgiveness, disappearing deductibles, 24-hour claim service, home and auto discounts, and much, much more. What we offer that they can't is local knowledge and experience, a broader selection of companies and coverages, and personal service. We don't just sell insurance. We back it up with great customer service. Call Ligon Jones Insurance at 458-8522 or go to www.ligonjones.com.
Where do you turn when you need help with hardware? It's McKay's True Value Hardware in Hopewell. McKay's has the most extensive inventory in the hardware business since 1955. If it's heating, cooling, plumbing, painting, or electrical, McKay's has it at a very competitive price, including difficult-to-find items such as wood and machine screws, stainless steel nuts and bolts, washers, filters, and hoses. Bob McKay's superior knowledge and helpful staff have what you want when you need it the most. McKay's Hardware, 416 South 15th Avenue, 458-3241.
5:01 remaining here in this second half, and as Caron Clements was walking by the Richard Bland bench, he took a long look at that bench, saying, hey, I've got 18 points in this second half, come and get me. And Wake Tech has a 2-point lead, and he's still showing antics to Mio Droniak here as the Statesmen have the ball with 15 seconds on the shot clock on the inbounds. Bing over to Droniak. Droniak over to Tyrell Mendenhall, freshly checked in. Mendenhall's shot is no good, but he's fouled and will go to the line for 2. The foul will be against Christian Anamihe, his second. And Tyrell Mendenhall, the lightly used freshman out of Newberry, South Carolina, will go to the line for 2. So a chance to tie it up for the Statesmen on these free throws with 4:39 remaining here in the second half. Mendenhall banks the first one in. It's Mendenhall's first point. He'll get a second shot. Subs coming in as Droniak comes out. It'll be Ricky Hicks and Ryan Jones coming in. Second shot for Mendenhall is front iron, no good, and a rebound to Wake Tech. And here come the Eagles, up 1 with 4:30 remaining. Volkerts with the ball. Passes it off to Clements. Clements for 3. Way off, no good. And the rebound to Tim Bing Jr. Jr. into the front court. And it's Robert Smith for 2. Robert Smith, where did he come from? We haven't seen him hit anything this half. He gets the 2. Foul on the other end before the shot. And Volkerts will go to the line for 2 as they enter the double bonus. That one's on Ricky Hicks, his second. But yeah, it's double bonus as the Statesmen hit their 10th foul. Only 5 against Wake Tech. So Volkerts with a chance to tie or take the lead on these free throws. First shot is up and good. Volkerts, certainly statistics that you can't sneeze at. 17 points. But nothing can beat the 18 in this half for Caron Clements. Second shot is no good. So it's a tie game, 69-69 with just over 4 minutes remaining. Statesmen get it into the front court to Ryan Jones. Jones into the paint, dishes it to Bing. Bing for 2. Out, no good. Mendenhall with the rebound. Tyrell Mendenhall for 2. The big man able to get the rebound and the points. It's 71-69 Statesmen. 3:45 remaining in regulation. And here come Wake Tech. The Eagles dribbling around. It's Clements leaking the shot clock down to 13. He gets it over to Nick Johnson behind his back dribble. He picks up the dribble. He has to dish it back out to Clements with 8 on the shot clock. Clements loses his dribble. Over to Amanihe. No good. And it's out of bounds to the Statesmen. Anamihe was not able to convert on that jumper, and the Statesmen have the ball and the lead. You're listening to WHAP Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM and 96.1 FM, and this 96.9 FM, excuse me. And this game is going down to the wire. One possession game with 3:12 remaining in the second half. Ryan Jones over to Ricky Hicks. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by Wake Tech. Here they come in transition. Clements into the front court, into the paint, and he loses the ball. Robert Smith all alone to Ricky Hicks, and Hicks converts on the layup for 2. First points of the night for Ricky Hicks, and it's 73-69. Coach Moore getting into this one with a 4-point lead and 2:42 remaining. Eddie Volkerts with the ball, dribbling around. Pump fake, knocked out of bounds. No, it's not out of bounds. It's on the sideline. It goes out of bounds off of Richard Bland. Looked like maybe last touch by Mendenhall. And it'll stay here with Wake Tech with 11 on the shot clock. This one's a thriller. And with 2:32 remaining, both fan bases really getting into this one. Wake Tech brought a good contingent up from Wake County, North Carolina. Ball inbounded. with 10 on the shot clock now. Clements looking for an open man. He can't find him. He's going to take it into the lane himself. He puts it up. No good. But a putback by Amanihe is good in the foul. Christian Anamihe with the putback. And he's going to go to the line for the three-point play. Foul's going to be against Mendenhall. That's his second. And Stanley Taylor will check back in. He's got 4 fouls. But it's time for Taylor to come back in with 2:21 remaining. See if Anamihe can hit the free throw and make it a 1-point game. It's up and no good. Rebound, Robert Smith. 2:18 remaining. Quickly into the front court for the Statesmen. Over to Bing. Bing draws it back out. 20 on the shot clock. Ricky Hicks holds it up at the top. What a game this has been. Back and forth. Both teams trying to advance to the semifinals of this tournament. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ryan Jones with the ball. Knocked out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock. And it'll be Statesman ball with 6 to shoot. Marvin Trotman comes back in. Ryan Jones will take a seat. Tim Bing inbounds the ball to Ricky Hicks. 4 on the shot clock. Bing into the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. No good. And it's going to be a foul on who? They're going to call the foul on Wake Tech. Amanihe is called for the foul. And it'll be 2 shots for the Statesmen. Wake Tech really wanted a charge there, but it's called a blocking foul. And it'll be Robert Smith going to the line for 2. Smith only with 4 points in this contest tonight. Chance to make this a 2-possession game. First shot for Smith is in. Trey Patterson will check in as Trotman goes back to the bench. Cleaning a little moisture on the floor. And Kenny Sutherland will come back in for Ricky Hicks. Getting their big men back out on the court. Huge free throw coming here with 1:50 remaining. Second shot is good. Robert Smith converts on both, and it's a 2-possession game once again. Wake Tech with the ball now. 1:45 remaining. And Karan Clements, he's going to take it all the way. And it's a blocking foul. No, it's an offensive foul. Offensive foul called against Karan Clements. He is incensed by the call. The Statesman, and it was Stanley Taylor drawing the charge. Great play to get there by Stanley Taylor. Coach Wainwright very unhappy by the call. Doesn't matter, as it's a 4-point lead. And the officials trying to get a little bit of order here. Ball inbounded into the front court to Bing. Bing's going to take it all the way. No, he tried for the alley-oop, and a foul called against the Eagles as Taylor went for the alley-oop. But Amanihe is called for the foul. That's his 4th. And Stanley Taylor will go to the line for 2. Bing made a nice pass to Taylor, but he was clearly impacted by some contact. And Stanley Taylor will go to the line for 2. So Stanley Taylor out of Atoka High School. First shot is no good off the back iron. Sutherland will come back in place of Ricky Hicks. Getting their big men in once again. Second shot on the way for Taylor. And it is good. Taylor goes 1 for 2 from the line. He's been quiet in this second half. Nonetheless, he has 13 points. Here comes Wake Tech. 1:32 on the shot clock. Volkerts all the way to the basket. No good, but the putback by Anamihe is good. And it's a 1-possession lead once again. 76-73. 1:20 remaining in regulation. Bing looking to get into the front court. He does. And a timeout called by the Statesmen. And we'll see if it's a 30 or a full. But the Statesmen trying to keep this lead at 3. three and hopefully extend it. So it's a full timeout. We'll take a commercial break with them. Don't go anywhere. It's a 3-point game. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
We've all heard the old adage, the only things guaranteed in life are taxes and death. While Merchants Hope Memorial Gardens and Mausoleum can't do anything about your taxes, we are ready to help you pre-plan for death. Merchants Hope Memorial Gardens in Prince George County is the only locally family-owned cemetery in this area, offering a complete line of services to meet your final wishes, including our new community mausoleum. Since Merchants Hope is locally owned, we understand the people we're serving are friends and family. Call or come by Merchants Hope Memorial Gardens on Merchants Hope Road in Prince George, just 6 miles east of Hopewell, off of Route 10. Pre-planning will save you money. Call Merchants Hope Memorial Gardens and Mausoleum, 458-6197. That number again is 458-6197. Call or come by Merchants Hope Memorial Gardens, just 6 miles east of Hopewell, off of Route 10. That number again is 458-6197.
Hold on to your hats, folks. This is going to be a great finish. 76-73. Your Richard Bland Statesmen in control against this Wake Tech team, but it's far from over. The Statesmen will have possession with 1:15 remaining and 22 on the shot clock as they look to head to the semifinals against Fayetteville Tech, who got the upset victory over Bryant and Stratton earlier today. And the ball is inbounded, and Ricky Hicks will take it into the backcourt, brings it into the front court. Tim Bang with the ball now. Back over to Ricky Hicks, 13 on the shot clock. Statesmen taking their time and running clock. Now it's over to Trey Patterson, into Robert Smith. Smith dishes it off to Taylor. He's fouled, and Stanley Taylor will go to the line for two. That was a really good pass there by Robert Smith to Taylor. Taylor got the worst of that one, a lot of contact. The foul will be on number 21, Volkerts. That's his third. Team's ninth. So both teams will be shooting two from here on out. But it'll be number 15. Actually, they call the foul. The right shooter at the line. Tim Bang's at the line. Yeah, okay, they got him straight. So it'll be Stanley Taylor going to the line for two. Maybe some shenanigans there. Stanley Taylor not notoriously great at free throw shooting. They almost hoodwinked him there, but that being said, it'll be Stanley Taylor taking the free throws. First one is no good. Sutherland will check back in. They continue to rotate Sutherland and Ricky Hicks for their defensive possessions. So Stanley Taylor, this is a huge free throw. This would make it a two-possession game with under a minute remaining, 58.1 seconds to be exact. Second shot for Taylor. Good! So Taylor hits 1 out of 2, and it's a two-possession game. Oh, and the Statesmen get the steal on the inbounds. Trey Patterson for two. He hits it. Trey Patterson with the steal and the layup. 79-73. Here come Wake Tech on the other side. Clements with the layup. It's good. Clements hits the two. He's got 20 this half, and it's 79-75. Wow, what a sequence there. The Statesmen hit the free throw. Trey Patterson gets the ball off of the inbounds pass, hits the two-pointer, and then Coron Clements, who has taken control of this game, comes back on the other side and hits the layup. We'll take a quick commercial break along with the full timeout. You're listening to WHAP, Fox Sports Radio.
This is Rick Newman. I have had the honor of serving as your Commonwealth's attorney for the last 8 years. Fighting crime is not an easy task, but I'm passionate about getting justice for victims. My office is dedicated to approaching each case with compassion, fairness, and justice, tempered with mercy when appropriate. On November the 7th, I am asking for your support and trust as we continue to fight crime and stand up for victims in Hopewell. I'm Rick Newman, candidate for Commonwealth's attorney, and I paid for this message.
Hello, this is Jess. I'm talking about an auto repair shop that does foreign and domestic, major or minor auto repairs, diagnostics, brakes, tune-up, oil changes, and suspensions. 14 years of quality service at affordable prices in Hopewell. Cole's Auto Repair, 914 Sycamore Avenue in Hopewell, Virginia, between Woodlawn Street and Oaklawn Boulevard. Phone number is 804-541-2700, 914 Sycamore, 804-541-2700, Cole's Auto Repair.
And here we go, back at Statesmen Hall. Ball's inbounded here comes the inbound now. Oh, and it's stolen! Volkerts gets the rebound. He's fouled and will go to the line for two. He was not able to convert. The ball went in and out of the basket. A quick steal, and they've got a chance once again to cut this to a 2-point lead. The Statesmen got a little sloppy there on that inbounds. And Eddie Volkerts, leader of this team, has a chance to make this a game for sure. 44.7 seconds remaining, and the biggest free throws of the season for Eddie Volkerts. First shot is up, and it is no good. Off of the front iron and in and out. So the best they can do is cut it to three. Still plenty of time. 44.7, and this game is eternity. So Volkerts about to take his second shot to try and make this a one-possession game. Here it comes. Good. So Volkerts hits. And it's 79-76. Ball inbounded to Tim Bing. He gets it up to Patterson. And they work it into the front court. Patterson now dribbles it off the foot of one of the Wake Tech players. It gets into the hands of Smith, and he dunks it in! Robert Smith for two! Here comes Wake Tech quickly back on the other side. Clemens dishes it over. Carnell Watkins over to Nick Johnson. 26 seconds remaining. 2-second difference in the shot clock and game clock. Over to Clemens. Clemens into the lane. Layup is good. Koron Clemens, 22 points this half. And a foul is called. 81-78. That one's going to be against Volkerts. That's his fourth. And it'll be Tim Bing Jr. going to the line for two. What a sequence. So the ball was loose. It ended up in the hands of Robert Smith, who jammed it down for the biggest dunk I've ever seen him hit. And then once again, Koron Clemens answers, keeping this Wake Tech team in almost single-handedly. Bing hits the front end of his free throws. Makes it a two-possession game once again with 18.3 remaining. 82-78. So Bing with the ball. Statesmen have 3 timeouts remaining, only 1 remaining for Wake Tech. Second shot, good. Ice water in the veins of Tim Bing. He hits both the free throws. Here comes Wake Tech quickly. Koron Clemens for 3, no good. Scramble for the rebound. It's held by Taylor. Taylor's fouled, and Stanley Taylor lets out a scream. It's not over yet, big man, but you can make it over right here. 5-point lead for the Statesmen, and Stanley Taylor will go to the line for 2 to try and ice this one with 9.6 seconds remaining. Just ask Louisville, it ain't over till it's over. But with 9.6 remaining, this would be a big step. Taylor's first shot, no good, in and out. So Stanley Taylor, the Petersburg product, trying to hit at least one of 2 to make it a 6-point game. Shot is up. Good. Taylor hits the second 6-point game. Here comes Wake Tech quickly up court. Volkerts a long 3. No good. Rebound, Statesman, foul, and that's going to do it. 2.8 seconds remaining. Foul against Anamihe. He's done. And it's going to be the Statesmen moving on to the semis after 2.8 more seconds. A hard-fought victory, and I don't know if Coach Moore would have it any other way. What a career for Coach Moore here at Richard Bland. 5 years, a national championship, a Final Four. In addition to that national championship, we'll hear him shortly. And what a way to go out here at Statesman Hall. His final game as the coach of the Statesmen. Coach Wainwright giving some words of encouragement to his squad. They played really a valiant game. Did Wake Tech. How about Karan Clements in the second half? 22 points. Outstanding to keep this team in and showing some respect to his opponents. But it'll be Taylor shooting two. First shot in and out, no good. And it's actually Trey Patterson taking the free throws. Big win for the Statesmen as they will head to Sand Hills next week to take on Fayetteville Tech. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Tim Bing, and he dishes it back, and that's the way it'll end. The Richard Bland Statesmen have advanced to the Region 10 semifinals, and Coach Moore gives a handshake to Coach Wainwright in his final game as the Statesmen head coach here at Statesman Hall. But they will head to Sand Hills next week to take on Fayetteville Tech in the semifinals. 84-78 the final here tonight. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back on the other side with post-game statistics as well as the much-anticipated interview with Coach Moore. You're listening to WHAP Fox Sports Radio.
Jerry's Burger Spot has all your Friday night tailgating favorites. From their never-frozen burger, fresh-cut fries, ice cream, and milkshakes. Jerry's Burger Spot offers the best lunch, and if you desire a fresh handmade burger or some delicious ice cream like Mom used to make, stop by Jerry's Burger Spot at 3815 Jefferson Park Road, Prince George, Virginia, right off 36 near Fort Lee. Jerry's Burger Spot. Remember when.
Looking for exotic food at reasonable prices? Elephant Thai, the only authentic Thai restaurant in the Tri-Cities, located in the Crossings Shopping Center in Hopewell, is the place for you. Don't like real spicy food? Every meal at Elephant Thai can be customized from no spices to your desired level of spices. Exotic desserts, soft drinks, and alcoholic beverages are also available.